Yeah, Yachty and Umar talked.
That shit was really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying?
It's really funny. It's so funny because
Let me scoot away from Spencer.
Yo.
Nah, man.
I'm cool with whatever, man.
I'm ready to get straight into emo pod.
Emo pod.
It's
Why,
not
why
emo
do you
pod,
fiend the
bro.
emo pod?
Emo pod.
Were you an emo kid?
No. I think my emo phase came in later in life.
I wouldn't describe you as emo though.
What would you describe me as? Sexy?
Get this guy out of here, bro. Get this guy the fuck out of here, man. We got some things to talk about. We got some sus people to mention. You know what I mean? My favorite thing I saw. You see Bradley Cooper say that yeah. Bradley Cooper says, I didn't know if I loved my child or I didn't know if I liked my child till 8 months in.
Wow.
Damn, that's real.
That's kind of fire. just blatant honesty, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's like, what value do they provide until that point, you know?
You said, what value do they provide?
They just
No, that's
fire
real.
them.
How can you love them yet? You don't know
Your
them.
child.
You just have to love them because they're your kid.
Yeah, they look like you. You created
They don't look
them
like you. They look like a little ball of skin and bones.
They look like you.
ugly ass
Babies-
little alien baby.
the same way you looked as a baby.
As maybe a 1 or 2 year old, sure, but as a fucking fresh out my mom.
Not fresh out. Like a weekend, you could be like, oh, he has your eyes.
Hell no, a weekend.
Has
Hell
your
no.
nose.
No, babies are fucking ugly for like the first like 3 or 4 months. If I look
You're
like a
tripping,
baby,
bro. Now, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that.
you think babies are mad cute? Like,
Why did he say that? I'm fully digesting what he said. Why
He's a
did he say
kid.
that?
He's a kid, and it's like, yo, I
But
fuck
why
with
did
this
he-
kid now. Like I fuck with you now. Like this is twin now, but you weren't previously.
But why did he like say that to like the paparazzi? Did he say it on a podcast? Like, where did he say this?
I don't know. I just saw a headline. Probably
Man.
said in an interview. They asked him about fatherhood, and he's like, honestly, not big on it. NBA YoungBoy.
Not
Like,
big
shouts
on
out
it.
YoungBoy. I
know
don't
what
really
would've-
fuck with my kid.
you know what I feel like would have been a better quote?
Uh.
I love my kid from the moment he was conceived, but I didn't like my kid until 9 months in or whatever. Because just because you love them, because that's your child, you have to love them. You're just like default to love them. You don't like them automatically. You know what I'm saying? Think about think about relationship with other family. Yeah, you love them because you're family, but like they have to like be kind of cool for you to like them.
What you're saying is not untrue, especially about like overall family. I think the relationship you have with your child, I think you really like your child. Yeah.
Like why? Just because you made them?
Yeah.
So you just like them? You think it's?
Kinda.
Have you ever painted something that you hated? I have.
I don't think it's like a painting.
That's just not the same.
I don't think you can compare a child to a painting. What up, y'all? Welcome back to the StereoVision podcast.
What's good? Episode 93. How we doing?
I do kind of see what you mean. Like how we could start in like some incriminating places. Because now it's gonna start with you saying a child is a painting.
You always do this to me.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you just making us look like crazy people, bro.
No, this is one I'll stand on. Miles normally catches me at weird times, but yeah, newborns are ugly. And yeah, you should love your kid from the moment it's born, but you don't have to like them until they earn it.
I've seen Spencer call a child ugly before.
Like to its face, right?
In front of the mother's face.
In front of the mother.
The only reason I'm
that
not
was-
mad at the
little too much
edits
to drink.
that Miles does is because I think you should be able to stand on everything you say. But I do think that you should be able to go back and be like, yo, past me was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like if
The
I
old
catch
me.
the old me, bro, if I catch myself saying some stuff that I'm like, I don't really resonate with that, I should be able to go back and be like, yo, like I stand on what I said, but I was wrong in the moment.
I stand on it, but not really.
I stand on it, but that past me was wrong, and now I'm standing on this.
We change every day.
Exactly.
We
We're
need to be able to
constantly
change.
evolving.
We need to be able to evolve.
You know what I'm saying? In our opinions, but it's another rainy day in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gloomy vibes. But how was your guys' overall week?
Man,
We need to check in.
It was a good week, man. It was a really
Okay,
good week.
good.
The weather
good.
was nice. I don't know. It's just a good week.
Okay, fuck me. At this point in your life, you know what I mean? We're in our 20s, working people, all that. What defines a good week for you? Like, what makes you walk away from a week like I had a good week? Not even a productive week, you know what I mean? Because I think productivity and like happiness can sometimes get like misconstrued. But like, what makes you feel good about what you did in this week, emotionally?
To me, there are 4 things that I try to do every day, and that is work out, read, meditate, and journal.
Okay.
And so if I can hit all 4 of those things 5 out of 7 days, most likely it's a good week because I took care of my body. I feel like I'm healthier maybe than when I started the week. I took care of my mind. I put my pen to paper and exercised my thoughts. I learned something through reading, and I, promoted inner peace. Because when the inside of you is peaceful, the outside is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can do those 4 things, majority of a week, it was probably a pretty good week.
Okay. What about you, Jose?
Man, I like that answer. I don't got an answer like that. I mean, I was gonna say like just crossing everything off the checklist.
Yeah.
But my days aren't as consistent as that. I feel like my checklist looks different every day.
You make a checklist? Do you actually do like a daily like to-do list type thing?
I've started making schedules for my week because like things get really hectic and complicated. So I don't want to ever say to somebody that I'm gonna do something or be somewhere, and I just completely forget to do it because it's not written down.
Yes.
So I will like schedule all my activities, my gym time, all that, and like kind of look forward to like all the different events and things I have to do this week or might think about doing. So that way I don't overcommit myself.
100%. I'm kind of on the same page as you. Like if I could get 3 to 4 good workouts in, if I like for your meditation, if I can like pray most days, and just get out the house the majority of the week, or if I feel like I haven't just been stuck in the house all week, I can normally go into the week and feeling like, all right, I feel good. I feel like I can like, enjoy myself, relax a little bit. That's definitely the marker of a good week. And, no one hates a little productivity in the workplace, things like that.
You know what else makes for a good week? When the music is sounding right.
Facts.
Facts. Whether that's new releases or, going back and rediscovering something you love. I've noticed that oftentimes weeks that I consider bad, I'm dry with music. The
100%.
shit that I like isn't sounding as good. And also there's like a lack of like new releases,
Are there moments when you really like sit back and realize that you might like music more than like the average person? I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Like I feel weird. Like the feelings I get from a good song, like you said, it could be old, new, whatever, but just like I hear something that like really resonates with me, like I get giddy. Like I get really, really excited. I don't know. It creates something internally like changing my whole outlook on life.
I do have moments like that because you kind of assume that your internal and perceived experience is what everyone does. Or I think that's just like a human thing to assume that your perception is reality.
Yes.
But then you like talk to people or like you sit in someone's car and they like don't play music from point A to point B.
Dog.
And you're like, what are we doing? How are we driving without sounds?
Is that not the craziest thing to y'all? Like when you sit in someone's whip with they don't play nothing.
Yeah, it is a little wild.
You know what I mean? Those are the moments where I'm like, oh, okay, take a step back. This person's not crazy. Maybe I'm the crazy one for how much I love this shit and how much I put on this shit.
Oh, right. Shit. Let me unplug this. It's not that. It's take a step back and get the fuck out of that car. You're literally in the vehicle with a fucking psychopath, bro. That's insane.
That is a red flag.
I mean, some people like other things. Like maybe they just listen to a podcast or something.
Put a pod on. Let me hear what you say. Bro, I love a good pod. Because there are definitely days and drives when I'm like, if I'm going out the crib listening to something, I'll continue it when I sit in the car. I love a good car ride with a podcast, bro. I do it on long drives now, too. If it's like mad late, I can't listen to music. Like if I'm driving like to Vegas, like really, really late, I'll get like hypnotized.
I mean, unless you put on our late night drive playlist.
Of course. Make sure to tap into that. Oh, we also, on Twitch now, every Thursday, listen to new music. Make sure to tap in with your boys. Saturday playlist still living on YouTube. The stream is going to be up if you want to tap into that. But add the playlist on Spotify. Fuck with your boys. But I think we always start with new music. This was a great week. We got a solid album, a couple interesting singles. What do y'all want to start with?
4 Bats.
Okay. Ose's arch nemesis. How we feeling?
He's not my arch nemesis. I just want to say that and clear the record right there. Look, I think 4 Bats came out with a very good, very strong third single in this little run that he's doing. I think that I've changed my mind on him. I think that song showed a little bit more versatility in the sounds and the melodies he's able to produce and create. And I'm excited to see more. I do think that he's still a little overhyped because everything that he's done feels like it is drawn from something else. But I may also be getting to the age where things are just derivative of things that I like. So I'm willing to admit that and move forward and be excited for new music from him.
That makes sense. I I don't think every time you've said this kind of thing, how you feel about the new album, I don't think I've been like hearing it or interpreting it the right way. Mm-hmm. But when I'm editing the reaction, I finally got it. Because I do think that the new sound isn't necessarily from a vocal standpoint. I got a new feeling from this single based off the production. You know, I think the first two songs sound so similar from a production standpoint.
Yeah.
Like very, very slight changes in the beat. This is a whole different thing. And that kind of made me feel like he could get into a more elevated space because that is that really dark, moody type of R&B. I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. I think this is the type of R&B that I like. I do, of course, want to continue to see more, but I also wouldn't be mad if he does a 8-song EP with this type of sound. You know what I mean? Keep it very consistent. You know what I mean? Like really stamp this. Stamp this moment. Stamp the whole Axe thing that you're doing. Come up with a clever title. Get a good little cover photo or whatever. He's
Ooh. Sorry, what if it's a 3-part EP? You know what I mean? Like a 9-song thing, 3 different sections. These songs are all the beginning of each section. Well, that doesn't really work because Act 1 and Act 2 are so similar. I wish they weren't, but so he could go with a concept like that.
Look at you. You should be in the music industry. That's actually, I really fuck with that. I really, really fuck with that idea a lot. What the fuck? That's smart as shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it though. I think if you watch the reaction, make sure to tap into that. But it is very early weekend, party next door, all that shit. Imagine coming up in that time in Toronto. Sometimes I think about that, like party next door, The Weeknd, Drake, all in that like Take Care, Party's first album, trilogy era. A lot of drugs were probably being done in that time.
Probably a lot of moody people.
A lot of drugs and sex were probably going on in that era.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
But yeah, 4 Bats is cool.
What about new Cash Cobain? Fisher.
I can't stop listening.
Yeah,
I can't stop.
And what's the other guy's name?
Basswag.
Basswag.
I'm glad y'all finally get it, man.
Not you finally get it. Why
are you doing this?
I don't think we've ever disagreed been on Cash, bro.
I'm not talking about Cash, bro. I'm just talking about the movement, the sound, the everything.
We've all been on Sexy Drill.
Just because you were first doesn't mean we were like pushing back.
First.
I mean, I think he definitely did stamp it, but like I don't think we ever pushed back. We were always like, yeah, this is dope.
I think that's his favorite.
Yeah,
that's his favorite. Oh, so you want to be a pioneer?
No, because I won't lie. Like I remember, like before you were even a part of the podcast, we were asking you what kind of music you were into, and you were talking about Chowli, like a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? Like a long time ago. So I will give you like being first, but I don't think we're ever like, nah, this shit's not it. Like,
okay,
we were always with you.
What was it that you guys were against?
4-1. We fought you on 4-1.
We fought you on 4-1 for sure, and I'm still because you see what happened to your mans.
Oh,
because you see what happened to your mans.
I don't know which one though.
One of them got.
Are they even part of the group though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a greater affiliation, but like, I'm talking about the artist. I don't know if he's part of the artist.
I don't know. That's your man's though. You gonna slide for him or what?
Guys, what happened?
4-1. He's very talented.
Okay.
And they are shifting the sound of New York right now.
Next Migos, right? What happened?
Let's pedal it back. Pedal it back.
That might have been overstated. I do think Kyle Rich and Jen Carter have the potential to be very big artists.
Okay.
But Tata, there's too many antics going on with him. But those two that I mentioned have potential to be very big artists. Excited to see what they do. Yeah. That's where I'll leave it at.
But okay, back to the Cash Cobain shit. Fisher is the new song. Incredible energy. Incredible beat. This music sounds like nothing else coming out right now. I think that it's crazy that a producer has been able to really make it almost. This feels like he's starting to equal out as a producer and an artist.
Yeah.
You know, with this Dunk Contest, which I don't love as much as I love this, something sounds off about the mix on Dunk Contest to me. Am I crazy for that or no?
No, I don't think you're crazy.
I think if it like got a cleaner mix, I think that song would elevate a ton. But it's still, you know, both of them are good. Both of them are top 10 charting songs in New York, which is crazy. I think that New York might have the crown for 2024, honestly, just in terms of like influencing new hip hop.
Mm-hmm. As of now, yeah, 2 months in.
Right? You know, I haven't heard much out of any other city really going crazy. Florida's kind of trying to maybe do something, but yeah, I'm really, really into that song. Cardi B dropped.
Yep.
Not that exciting.
Yeah. Like we talked about in the reaction, I hope it's just a little freestyle. You know, not like a lead single or nothing.
Well, she did say that she's going to drop a song with Shakira.
Whoa, that's fire.
Which I was actually super excited for when I heard, because I was like, okay, cool. She's doing the rollout thing. She's gonna drop this freestyle, and then she's about to drop her real shit. I don't know what it's gonna sound like, but I'm excited to see two very major, very international artists collaborate. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, I need more international vibes from Cardi for surely.
It's a good strategy, honestly. Like, even if we didn't think the song was revolutionary, warm the algorithm back up. You've been gone for so long.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just drop a little freestyle. It's probably going to get, like, radio play, honestly, because it's
100%.
Cardi B and because it's such an iconic sample. So, like, get people, you know, back, lock the fuck in, and then start your rollout.
You got the little the what's called the offset stuff at the end. You know what I mean? You know, that's gonna get the blogs talking and whatnot. It was a good play. It was a good play. People are kind of hating for the. People are saying it's a ski mask. The through line isn't making it all the way back to Missy and how they both took the beat from Missy.
Yeah,
they're stopping at like, oh, she's biting ski mask right now. It's a Missy Elliott song, beat, whatever. But Ski Mask did do it first, did it better to me. And I think maybe people are tripping because she kind of uses even the same flow as him.
That's what I was going to say, is that I think that's what people are talking about. Yeah. But it is interesting, to your point, when I did see that, I didn't think it, like, I didn't criticize it, but I think your criticism of it is funny because it's like, yeah, bro, Ski Mask wasn't the first person to do this.
Exactly.
I feel like the flow was more similar to the Bia song that came out.
I haven't heard the beat one.
It uses the exact same beat. It was like a year ago. Subject matter is way more similar. To me, flow is more similar. I don't know.
$10 for whoever in the comments could tell me what ethnicity Bia is. Because I'm confused. But she be saying nigga. Schoolboy Q album.
Schoolboy Q album.
I'm excited to chat with you guys about it. Blue Lips came out March 1st, you know what I mean? Definitely make sure to go tap into that reaction. I think that early into the year, I'll just come out and say this is the best project that I've heard all year. My favorite project of the year. Could have probably guessed that was going to happen. You know how big of a Q fan I am. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to hear Osei's takes because have you like listened to like Blank Face, Crash Talk, that type of stuff? You've been like tapped into Q?
Yeah, I don't think I listened to Crash Talk.
Okay.
All the way through, but I've listened to all of Q's projects besides that.
Okay, so first and foremost, do you think this was a departure from his sound?
No, I think it definitely complements the previous projects. I think it's a more mature version. I mean, even the instrumentation and all that he's using and just like the subject matter is a way more mature, and I think a very well done part of this project. I think the Schoolboy Q project is incredible.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. But my take on it is this. Schoolboy Q is the old guard at this point. I don't think that this is going anywhere. I think that this will fall on deaf ears in the current zeitgeist. And I don't think he'll see much commercial success from it. Whether that was his intention or not, I don't know. But we don't have records that will translate over to first, what people are talking about right now and what's going on in our world right now, besides what's going on with him. He talks a lot about mental health and stuff. And second, too, we don't have any slappers. Yeah. We don't have any records that I could hear in the club, on the radio, in the streets or whatever, besides AZ Chike, who came on and honestly gave me one of the best verses I've heard from him ever.
Yeah.
Bodied that shit.
So, yeah, I think it's an incredible project. Will I be slapping it personally? Maybe in the crib when I'm cleaning my room and stuff like that. But I don't think it's going anywhere personally. I think it's a good project at the top of the year for TDE as they rebuild their label.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Osei. I went back and second listen was definitely better than first, and also getting to jump around the album a little bit. I watched his performance on Jimmy Fallon, and I really liked that. I think seeing him and seeing the aesthetic of the album like makes it better as well.
So fire.
I don't think it's going anywhere in terms of charting or that kind of shit, but obviously I don't think that's what he was going for.
Yeah, I don't think
because like you said, I don't think this was a departure from sound, but I do think it was an evolution. I think it's by far the most avant-garde project that Q has ever released, the most experimental. There's new sounds, new voices. It definitely seems like he was trying to make his, his piece of art, his Mona Lisa, his like you go back in the catalog, this is timeless. You can the greatness of this I don't think will be in dispute. I think it will be in album of the year conversations throughout the whole year, no matter what comes out. And yeah, I think I liked it more when I went back into it too and listened to it kind of by myself.
Yes.
And was able to jump around and not have to change the battery every 10 minutes and try to like, you know what I mean? When you're on camera, a reaction lends itself very much to an album like Kanye, where there were moments that were hype. We were jumping around. We're like, did you hear what he just said?
100%.
That's so provocative and crazy. Oh, this Playboy Cardi's here. You know what I mean? And it's much easier to really champion an album like that off first listen with the homies, you know?
Definitely.
An album like Blue Lips definitely plays better by yourself. You know what I mean?
100%.
To me, it's poetry.
Yeah. I agree with you too that he's part of the old guard. I think that that's kind of what he's supposed to be doing right now. You know, I mean, he's 35 years old. I also agree that I don't think it's going to go anywhere charting wise. It feels like such a beautiful follow up to what Blank Face was and what it did for his career. Because you have the Oxymorons, which obviously had a big charting song with Man of the Year. It was hype. It was an introduction to Q a little bit to the mainstream.
Collard Greens is on that too, right?
Collard Greens, Studio. Yeah. That was his radio album. Then he puts out his first piece of art in Blank Face. This was gangster rap. This has the Vince Staples, Ride Out, that type of situation, John Muir. But it's elevated gangster raps. It's incredible production gangster raps. It's not typical West Coast beats, even though he's talking about West Coast LA topics, politics, that type of situation. Then this comes, and it's like, I'm still this same guy, but now I know the dangers of some of the things that I was maybe in the midst of back then. I see the effects of living this life more and more, you know? And I think it is going for critical acclaim.
Yeah.
As opposed to commercial success.
He might be trying to win a Grammy.
Exactly. Because that's what it felt like.
Because he very well could.
I think definitely rap album of the year for me. And I think seeing something like Killer Mike win last year, I think this is way better offering than Michael to me.
Way better to me too.
You know,
and his image is just dope. Like, did you guys see the performance on Fallon?
Yeah.
I thought it was really great. Like, very artistic, just a white wall with the Blue Lips graffiti behind him. He's doing it with a live band.
He rolled it out beautifully. Q's execution and TDE's execution of this from start to finish has been seamless.
Yeah.
I think they've hit every mark that they were intending to hit, but it is very clearly not something that's going to grab the youth. I don't think he's going to get new fans from this.
Right. And for me, it's kind of sad to even say that because, you know, obviously Q is kind of like to the left of what I listen to personally, but I was a pretty big Schoolboy Q fan back in the day. And I feel like I could see somebody like him, if he had like been consistent and kept releasing music, be on stage with Kanye, Travis Scott, even like a Playboy Cardi. I could see him making music with them. I just think that obviously, you know, a lot happened in his life and he fell off when it came to releasing music and decided to focus on himself. And this offering that we're getting is, like I said, incredible. But I do think that hip hop has shifted since he came out, and I don't necessarily think he did anything to address that shift.
And I think what this puts in front of my face, at least, is that you don't have to. This whole rap shit, this whole music thing is all about what you want out of it. You know, I don't think Q has ever really wanted the Kanye stuff. You know what I mean? Because I think that a lot of that, being with the times, being up to date, being a culture pusher, is something that comes with maybe being a producer who's always working with other people, always kind of in the know of what's happening, so they want to be contributing to that. I think Q has always been of the mindset, I'm going to make my slaps how I like. You know, it's very internal. I think that's honestly TDE as a whole. It feels very in their camp and what they want to do and the message that they want to speak to. And if it happens to translate to the outside world, that's dope. But if it doesn't, it's going to feed their fans.
Yeah, like the desire to chart and to continue to have like mainstream appeal when you're in a position like Q's, I feel like can sometimes dilute really great art like we got here, because realistically, Schoolboy Q has kids. He talks about it on the album. He's kind of like a regular guy at this point. You know what I mean? He has streaming checks coming in from his hits that he's got. He has label money. He's good. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, why does he need to keep pushing the envelope for more? That's just kind of like American capitalism. You know what I mean? Drop a piece of art that you can stand on every little bit. Get out. You're not going to be in the limelight, so your kids aren't going to have to worry about seeing some crazy tabloids about you. You know, maybe you get nominated for a Grammy because you didn't compromise the art at all. Like, I think it's totally fine to exist in this lane.
Do a
you know
regular
what I mean? Like,
tour, you know.
Do regular people be mad at Griselda, especially like label people and music industry people, because where's this going? They're not getting the youth. The records aren't selling like crazy.
It's like, nigga, you're 40. These are 40-year-olds.
They're fine. They're moving.
Like-
They don't want to be that. They're moving merch and they're making art that they can stand on, that is not compromised and is them to an essence. Like, how much more fulfilled could you be than that?
Yeah, I think that it also creates more longevity in the game. When you're 25 years old, you're going to be talking about things that 25-year-olds want to talk about and some 16-year-olds are going to look up to. You know what I mean? When you're 35, you're the same age as a lot of people's fucking parents.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, new parents. When you're 40, even more so. So if you want to keep rapping and keep that love for making music alive, you can't keep talking about the same things that you were when you were fucking 18 years old. That's why Future fucking confuses the shit out of me a lot of the time, because I don't know how this man is damn near 40 and he's talking about the same stuff.
To your age point too, though, it's like we are also in the first time, or the last 10 years, you know, hip hop originated mid 70s, really started taking off with Run DMC in like 81. You know what I mean? So that was 45 years ago.
Yeah.
People that are teenagers when that's coming out are now borderline 60.
Yeah.
We're at the first time in our life when there is a demo of 50 to 60-year-old people that love hip hop.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So
Facts.
somebody needs to serve that community, to serve that group of consumers. You know what I mean? So there is now a market for older people, I think, in hip hop.
100%. Shouts out Dead in Hip Hop.
You know?
The resident old head music fans, man. I came up watching them a lot, bro. There's some OGs in this shit, but shout out Q, man. A really, really good project from him. Definitely going to continue my fandom. I would love to see Q get a Grammy. I think Blank Face was nominated as well for Grammys for Rap Album of the Year, but I hope, we don't know what the fuck's going to come out this year, but just to have him in those type of conversations will be very, very refreshing.
Because last thing I'll say on this is, like, when we were talking about the Grammy things and I was like, well, damn, if you're going to do this with Killer Mike, give it to like Billy Woods. It's like, this is the perfect in-between.
Yes.
Where it's somebody that is realistic and could actually get a Grammy, but they are doing this lane of conscious avant-garde rap at the highest level.
100%. Avant-garde, bro. That's a good word. I like that.
That's one of my favorite words.
Okay, did anything else drop that we want to shout out?
Asha Umuno dropped a really great song with Black Party.
He's been on a roll, man, and he's grabbing the most interesting people for his shit. I love it.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that came up on TikTok, and I think he's transcended that lane, and I love to see it for him.
Yeah, me too.
Really, really dope.
That song's super fire. Everything Black Party touches is also just beautiful.
Black Party is fire. I wanted to also give a shout out to Nippa. He dropped Around the World, R&B shit. Very, very fire. I like that a lot. He's been teasing it.
Yep.
I think that's it for new music. Oh, Mundo Bash for the World.
Oh, yep. I haven't heard it yet.
I haven't heard it either.
Tough. Very good album. Very good continuation. It's a lot of songs we've heard before.
Okay.
A lot of songs we heard before. I think it's 6 new tracks out of the 11.
Got
5
it.
of them that have already been out. But if you're a fan of his, you're going to really, really like that. Make sure to tap in.
New Faye Webster album is really good.
Yeah, you've been on your Faye Webster shit.
She's dope, bro. She's dope. She's really dope.
like
Our
that.
old editor-in-chief, when StereoVision was still a blog, tweeted like, guys, Faye Webster dropped, like, it's a great day for kind of weird people.
Yep.
And like, that's like,
huge day for kind of weird
that's
people.
like a fact. If you're kind of weird, go check out Faye Webster. You'll probably like her.
100%.
Did you guys listen to the Yachty Fred Again song or no?
I've heard snippets. I didn't
Only
listen to the whole
snippets.
thing.
I haven't heard it yet either.
Yeah, it's Yachty's doing what he's supposed to do. Yachty is on that shit, and he's at that age where like goes against everything that we've said with Q. Everything that Yachty touches is cool right now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel forced. Like, I think Yachty is genuinely a fan of Fred again, and it just the same with Fred again being a fan of Yachty. And I think they just naturally want to tap in with each other, and it's gonna work.
Right.
Because everyone from the youth to like, you know what I mean, our age and like even a little bit older is gonna be like, this is fucking dope. I want this. So shouts out Yachty, as we've done every week. It feels like for the last half a year.
This
bro.
this used to be the Kanye pod. Now this is the Lil Yachty pod.
I mean, we also saw him with Umar.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Shouts out Black History Month. You know what I mean? They
Man.
gave us an extra day this year. You know what I'm saying? Big 29. Now it's Women's Month. It's my favorite month personally.
Panderer.
You lying? Shouts out to my mom, my sister. You know what I mean? Love women. And my girl.
Ooh,
But yeah,
third.
Yachty You're crazy. You're crazy.
Selena, you're third, bro.
You're wild. Yeah, Yachty and Umar talked.
That shit was really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying?
It's really funny. It's so funny because
Let me scoot away from Spencer.
Yo.
It's so funny because I feel like, and we gotta watch out for him, bro. I feel like Dr.
Spencer or Umar?
Yo,
I meant Umar, but Spencer for sure.
guys, like Umar said, when it comes down to the race war, I will audition for your guys' team. I am your friend, I promise.
Well, the audition is a crazy thing to imagine.
Well, that was his criteria. He said you can't be friends with white people because when the race war comes, they're not gonna have your back. They're not gonna turn on their own race.
My criteria is you have to be able to rap 5 rap songs in full.
You know I can do that.
You know what I'm saying? Then you can do it. Then you good. You know, but you
I'm
can't
on the
say
team.
nigga. You can join the squad. Umar's hilarious. Umar's funny, bro.
We gotta watch out for him, bro, because he's getting to the point where like he has built up this cult fan base, and now he's doing his little press run with the youth and with what's cool. I think that guy's gonna run for public office. For
I
sure.
would say to anyone watching a Umar interview or when you hear Umar speak, take an AFAM class. Says kind of the same thing you're gonna get from maybe a accredited professor. Maybe watch fucking or read what's the nigga who starts? His name starts with a J. James Cone.
James Baldwin.
James Baldwin.
I was gonna say that, but I was afraid. I was
Yes.
like,
Yes.
How y'all letting me say James
Yes,
Baldwin?
James Baldwin, because he took an AFAM class. You know, that's another requirement. You got to take at least one AFAM class in college.
Did that. Read James Baldwin.
He's those are the type of people that I think you should probably be getting your knowledge from before you go to Umar. But one thing that I do fuck with Umar saying that I personally don't practice is I feel like he always bigs up reading and educating yourself. You know, I think that that's really, really important, especially for black people, because I think that in the school system, you see it happening. They're kind of trying to get rid of certain things. You see in certain places, it's like they try to change the history a little bit. They can't teach certain things. So just know what's gone on historically and how that leads to the things that are happening today. But I think Yachty and Mitch kind of made his information a little bit more digestible.
Yeah, this was a great podcast.
Yeah.
Because as someone that has only seen the sound bites, only seen the Instagram lives, only seen the funny viral shit about Dr. Umar, I think I understand him a lot more. And he kind of spoke to why like his virality is really just top funnel to get people to his real message, which is seeming like restructuring education in America, which is super important.
Yes.
And like his points on psychology were very valid about how kids are getting diagnosed with ADHD, ADD, getting put on Ritalin, getting put on Adderall, and that's not always the answer. Getting diagnosed with all these learning disabilities when really that's not the case. They need a tutor. They need more support in the education system.
Right.
And that's like real. And like it was great to get that message through memes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you need the memes to get on a place where someone like me is going to watch you on a podcast.
Yeah, he had an interesting point about reading too. He was like in like especially a lot of like school system in black homes, like reading is like a punishment. Extra homework is a punishment.
Yes.
And it's like when you have a population where like, you know, the literacy level is super low, like these things being a punishment is like inadvertently like encouraging that behavior. I don't know if the way he said it is a little bit, I feel like extreme, but like I understood the message. It's like, why wouldn't we want our kids to read? Why wouldn't we want our kids to study more and do the extra homework? Like, why are we like super serving them like video games and iPads and all that type of stuff?
I mean, it's an old thing that I've heard like old heads in my community say, you know, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you really got, you know, I swear to God. I swear to God.
Bro, that's a crazy.
That's not, bro, we don't like to read. I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
We're going to clip that.
You can clip it, bro. We got to read, bro. We have to read more. I don't
know if it's like that we don't like to read.
I'm part of the problem. Do you like to read?
I don't.
I don't like to read.
But I feel like there's a deeper issue behind that.
You gotta be, bro. But that's what I'm saying. You do have to be straightforward a lot of the time when you're talking about this shit, bro. Niggas ain't trying to read. That's a fact, bro. We want to listen to music. We want to hear all this shit. We want to watch these fucking the Baddies East, that dumbass shit, bro. You know what I mean?
I am not watching that.
So much bullshit gets bigged up in our community. We see so much negative shit, and niggas don't want to crack open a book. Dead ass. I'm so sorry, bro.
You know what this funniest point is?
Huh.
And he's been saying this, bro. But when he talks about like just like marrying outside of like the community and outside of your race, bro, like his point is facts, but it's just so funny. He's basically just saying like if you marry outside your race, your resources are going to be taken outside and they're not going to be redistributed back into the community. And he's like, yo, black men, like women outlive men most of the time. So you're going to die early and she's going to take your shit and take it out of the community. She's not going to put it back in there. And I was like, damn, that's actually a crazy thing to say. But
I mean, since we want to talk about the headlines though, black toxicity, Diddy and Meek Mill. Diddy back in the headlines again.
The FRICO.
Diddly been diddling. But this time it's celebrities.
Man.
Cheek Mills got real upset.
Whoa.
Cheek Mill.
Yo, that's insane.
So let's break it down. Miles, you want to break this down? Let the people know exactly what happened?
Okay. So yes, because I think it is important to acknowledge the main thing that needs to be pushed is Diddy is abusing people. Meek Mill and Usher are the headline, but he is abusing and doing stuff with underage people, and like the accusations in this lawsuit are very, very serious. Another lawsuit was brought against Diddy, saying that he was with underage kids, abusive, and then I think the person who brought the lawsuit against him, one of the things that they mentioned in the lawsuit was that he had sexual relations with Meek Mill and Usher.
Basically, Diddy was grooming this young entertainer that brought the lawsuit forward and trying to make it seem all right. You know what I mean? So supposedly Diddy had shown a video of Diddy, giving it to some white dude, and was like, and it was some white dude that this entertainer respected, and he was like, look, even he's doing it, it's fine. And then apparently Diddy also told him that, he had even like fucked Meek Mill and Usher. So like that was an attempt to groom him, to make him more open to homosexuality and Diddy's advances.
Usher roller skating around all this controversy. I am only seeing Meek Mill get smoked for this.
Well, you know why?
Because Meek went crazy on Twitter.
Yes, bro. All you have to say is I didn't do that. All you have to say is like, nope, not me. You know what I mean?
But it's Meek Mill.
But do you see what he when he was like I love like sweet pussy, like I ran some red lights for that pussy. I love pussy. Like I was like, bro, you're coming off as so gay right now.
I'm not gonna come out and say that I think Meek Mill did it. All I'm gonna say is Meek Mill did himself no favors at all with his commentary on the situation after it blew up.
I think, Miles, it's important to like touch on what you said before too, because I didn't think we were gonna get there. Like at the end of the day, this is all abuse.
Yes.
And this is all to put it lightly, a misuse of power. And I think too, like the thing that gets lost in all this stuff is like, what were the ages of these people when these things were happening? What position was he in versus them? And like, bro, at the end of the day, too, I hate to say it, but this is all coming up. It's a problem within the black community. Like homophobia is a problem in the black community.
100%.
Because like at the end of the day, why is this a problem?
It's a problem.
Not the Diddy stuff. I'm talking about like Meek Mill possibly being gay.
I think it's a problem because you can't. I think it's how no one wants to be outed like that. Say he was. You know what I mean? Taking that away from him. People, because I'm obviously like that's not something that I can relate to or understand completely, but I would assume that if you are gay, you might have this type of reaction if this is how you get outed to not just even like your family but the whole world. You know what I mean? It's pretty problematic, but Meek definitely didn't seem happy about the allegations were thrown this way, and he went on a Twitter rant and proceeded to then try to promote his album Heathenism, which dropped Wednesday, 5-pack.
Strange timing.
Really strange timing.
And heathenism. as the title.
Someone said everything that Meek Mill. Someone said that everything that Meek Mill says now going forward just sounds a little bit different now. You know what I mean? The titles came from the bottom.
Oh God.
Times like this. Whatever I want. Track 4, Big Boy.
Bro, like
It's
and like all of it is like, and I think he is doing a lot because like even the tweet like, stop asking me if I'm straight, I'm just gonna play it raw how the world is. What does that mean?
What are you talking about?
Bro, that's like how is this you respond? Like just a terrible response. Unless he was trying to build up all this controversy and all this press leading into the album, which doesn't seem like a good strategy. But
I just think that he just like that's just him. Like when it comes to like situations, he's very reactionary, and that comes out on Twitter.
yeah.
But can I read my favorite tweet was, when I got a girl around me, I'm fucking her twice a day, LOL. Ask some of your favorites, ... Pussy don't control me, but it's like a high, ... One love to the gay people, but that juicy pussy do it for me. 7 E's, smiley face emoji. I done ran red lights to get that feeling. Y'all weird on here like devils, LOL.
Yo, that's an insane thing.
Someone
to tweet.
take this man's phone.
That juicy
Someone
pussy.
take his man. Like, come on now. But
You know what also resurfaced that was hilarious was Kanye talking about Meek Mill on Clubhouse.
yeah.
Bro, that's one of my favorite clips. You got to put that clip in.
What
There's
clip
a
is that?
lot of
It's basically just Kanye laughing for like 3 minutes because apparently some people tried to talk to Kanye about all the shit he was saying, and he got on Clubhouse and was just like, why Meek Mill think he can talk to me? Why can he talk? And he just literally like dies of laughter for like 3 minutes just thinking about the concept that Meek Mill thinks he can talk to Kanye.
like who is you see Kanye said why does Kanye take his family issues to Instagram? That nigga just tweeted or posted on Instagram with Kim, take my kids out of Sierra Canyon. Right now. I'm done here. You know what I mean? This is a fake school, bro. You know
I mean,
what
I think that's the only way he can get to them and her. That's his point. You know what I mean? There's
I think
no communication.
He's powerful enough too, where if he posts something on Instagram, it will cause like actual shock.
there's gotta be lawyers that he can talk to. There's gotta
No,
be
but think about it.
lawyers
He
to talk
posted
to.
on Instagram, and like, there's probably people outside Sierra Canyon protesting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And also, Miles, think the lawyers, he probably lost every court case with all the shit he says and how crazy he seems to the public and what he's perceived as. He probably lost all custody rights to those kids.
Really?
Definitely.
You think
Look
he
at how
was-
stable Kim is.
Nah, but he got North in the video.
I
I
know,
guess
but-
not custody, but like decision making power.
I think North probably is very vocal about wanting to spend time with Kanye, and Kim obliges because that's her father. But I bet Kim has all the decision power and all the actual guardian rights of those kids.
Yeah. I mean, I'm for stopping these fake schools because, you know, Sierra Canyon, them niggas is definitely not going to class every day. Them niggas got basketball 3 times a day as their fucking study hall sessions and shit like that. But shouts out them, I guess. You know, shouts out Meek. Diddy is fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm kind of off that.
Diddy's a weirdo.
Some other weird shit that happened. Y'all see Nardo Wick on a 20 versus 1.
I did. I saw some clips of it. I mean, was there anything that came of it? Because I feel like the way that Nardowick speaks is just so funny. Bro.
Yeah, I just want to
deadpan.
talk. I want to talk about 20 versus 1s as a whole because I've never clicked on a full video. There have been times
You didn't even watch the V's one?
I see the V's one pop up. I see the Quavo one pop up. They like live on my timeline, like on YouTube. It's all YouTube recommended, which makes sense. You know what I mean? It fits the world, I guess. You know, I listen to V's, listen to Quavo, whatever, and I like YouTube shit. But why is this such a thing? And there's literally no concept to these videos because obviously, you know, I mean, I put the topic in, so I had to click on one of them.
Oh, there's a concept.
What's the concept?
20 pandering ass women that want to fuck a rapper and come and plead their case for why they want to fuck you. And then the rapper is like, has free reign to be, you know, say whatever they want.
Does the winner get money?
Huh?
Does the winner get money?
I think they like go on a date, maybe.
No way, but it doesn't even
It's like a fake date.
it's not even put on the video though, right?
No, it's
No.
not.
So like, what is the point of this YouTube video? I don't know. It's a terrible look.
Yeah,
It's
bad.
a terrible
It's
look,
definitely
bro.
bad. It's definitely bad.
I don't want to see any more of them.
I watched the V's one though, and it was kind of funny.
It was funny.
It's kind of
So
funny.
you wouldn't run one of those?
No.
Like if these came here, he's like, yo, I'm trying to run another one, but only with you guys. Like, give me 20 women. You wouldn't
but do it out the garage, not a white room, just a moldy garage. Like,
it's definitely very like it definitely objectifies women to another level, and like really enforces this weird power dynamic that like famous people and rich people have, like bargaining power in relationships. It's not healthy. It's bad.
But the weird thing is, it seems like the rappers ain't even like going for it. You know, like the women be trying to throw themselves at them kind of a little bit. And from the clips I've seen, the rappers are kind of like, nah, like you don't got to do all that right now. Like, please don't do. I just want to know how they find the people to get on this.
If I'm being honest, from the ones that I have viewed, I feel like a lot of the women on there are like influencers or trying to like get like social media content out of it as well.
Yeah.
And just get visibility.
Yep.
So I'm not saying that these videos are like necessarily right, but I'm saying like I'm pretty sure they have stuff to gain too from like doing a video, because whatever little interaction they get with an artist is they're gonna put on their page, and it's gonna help grow their page. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I viewed it a little bit more. I think the title obviously is objectifying and the concept is crazy.
20 women versus one.
But I think that is the
1D.
main. I think it's really benefiting everyone but the artist. Because to me, if you're an artist, why are you going on that kind of platform?
Apparently, they're paying them a bag.
Oh, really?
Apparently, they're coming with a very decent bag, because I think these channels that are doing it have grown significantly. So now they have a lot of followers. I mean, remember when they jumped the one, like there was like channel beef between the 20 versus 1 people. There was, so I saw a clip of, there was a 20, it was the Krishan Rock one. They were filming, it was 20 guys versus Krishan Rock. And the opposing YouTube channel that also does 20 versus 1s pulled up with guns, like they're pistol whipping the guys putting on this shit. Like it was like a whole thing. Niggas is dying about Krishan Rock, but
that's insane.
content, you know, whatever.
Content is king.
I guess, you know, maybe we should start doing it. We blow up. 20 women versus 1 Spencer.
There's some real there's some real money.
I'd win.
There's some real money.
You'd win. You know, like
I'd win.
Who wins? Who
really wins?
I guess also Rihanna.
This is so funny.
This is an interesting one too, because we talking about niggas who was getting the bag for some light shit. $9 million Rihanna got paid to sing at a private wedding in India.
Yeah.
20 or not 20, 9 million.
Are we surprised though? Why are we surprised at this?
I'm not surprised, because Rihanna's her. I think she might have done it for 5.
Yo,
was 9 the opening offer?
Yo, it's weird behavior to have a whole Super Bowl halftime show at your pre-wedding dinner.
Is it weird behavior or hard?
It's weird behavior.
Why is it weird? If you have the money,
fuck it.
You would do it too.
Why
No,
not?
I wouldn't. I would get what I would have someone sing. I don't need you to perform and to have backup dancers and a whole stage and all that. I would pay to have somebody with an incredible voice that's super famous come and sing at a wedding party.
But I'm sure that was part of the rider and the agreement. Like she's probably like, I'm gonna do it this way, and they're like, all right, cool.
Because I know it's gonna get
Rihanna.
filmed. Because she knows, everyone involved probably knows this is gonna be a story. There's gonna be cameras that expose it somewhere. So if I'm gonna do it, I want it to look right. I want everything to be put together. Fuck with me though. You know your girl loves this artist.
Yeah.
Like this means a lot to her. You get to customize the set list. This is all you. You know what I mean? If I'm paying for this, do it up. Make it a whole situation. And it's going to be like, if it's slower songs, you know, it's not going to be like over exaggerated background dancers. It felt as tasteful as something like this can be. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it.
I'm mad at it.
If you got it, you hating.
I'm mad at it.
You hating.
It's just like, I don't know. It was like, it felt weird to see Rihanna doing the most for a small group of people. I don't think any amount of money would make me want that. I feel the same
Is he
kind of...
tripping to you? This sounds like he's tripping to me.
Yeah, I don't really get your point.
This seems fire.
I feel the same kind of way sometimes at like industry things when they get like a really big name.
Okay.
Amazon Lot Party. K-Tronaut is DJing because they threw him a crazy bag.
Yeah.
And there's like a small, like not a big group of people watching, even less people dancing. It's like, okay, get your money, but like, does that not feel weird to you? Like this artist deserves engaged fans and people giving. They're so incredible.
I agree with you, but this is an intimate event. There's no optics. It's not industry. These people are probably faded, having the time of their lives with Rihanna on stage doing a playlist that they put together. That's an insane moment with your closest friends.
And I think also too, when I agree with you, Spencer.
Yeah.
I fully agree with you. But I think that you as an artist can say no.
Yeah.
And they're not saying no. They're like, I'm going to pay my bills this month.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll take the 9 mil. Like bro, you know there's some things in this life that you wouldn't do for any amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like there's some things that I wouldn't do for any amount of money. But this is clearly not one of them. She clearly was like, all right, I'll take the 9 mil and I'll perform at this wedding and I'll get lit with these people that I don't know.
There's a lot of things. $9 million.
It's not the worst thing ever. It's a lot of money. You can do a lot with that.
I think that it definitely, if you do that stuff, like that kind of stuff too many times, it kills like the perception of you as like an artist, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I feel what you're saying.
Also, was it just me or does she look like she's pregnant again? No disrespect if she's not. You know what I mean? Like, my bad.
You heard it here first.
But like, to me, it looked like she's got number 3 in the oven.
I think she's just thick. I think that's. I'm so sorry. Like, I think that's just how Rihanna built now. After having 2 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's probably it. But if she is pregnant again, A$AP Rocky is putting in work. That's crazy. And like, she's definitely putting in work. You know, shout out women, bro. A whole human being in your body.
There you go.
9 months.
Good job.
That's crazy.
Can that be the Women's History Month like clip that we do?
Man, shout out women. A whole kid?
That's wild, bro. You know,
that shit is wild.
Couldn't do that. You know, my God.
Riri.
Yeah, throwing up every morning. Nah, I'm good. Somewhere else that people got pregnant, Freaknik. Would y'all go to this party if you were alive during this time?
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Freaknik. Spencer in the middle of Atlanta in the 90s during Freaknik is the image I really want to see.
Bro, of course.
I think Dr. Umar would like Spencer after seeing that.
Yeah, he could get that off. He could get that off for sure. You could be on our side for sure after Freaknik.
That seems like that was like the thing in the night. I don't know. I'm really excited about the documentary.
Imagine like you with the homies wilding out. Just ass everywhere, going crazy. You just look to your right. Andre 3000 is right there with you, just catching it. That's crazy, bro.
That's insane.
It's wild that they had celebrities here. So if you don't know, the Freaknik documentary is coming out. Freaknik was a party in the 90s that happened in Atlanta, kind of organized as like, they basically said picnic, bunch of HBCU kids. It's going to get freaky, so we're going to call it Freaknik. And there's just going to be a lot of debauchery going on. I want to see it because it's executive produced, 21 Savage involved in it. People like Jermaine Dupri are talking. They just get a bunch of ATL legends and celebrities to talk about their experiences with this going on in the 90s. It's CeeLo Green, who is the most random person ever, bro. Yeah. What has CeeLo Green been doing?
I watched him DJ a set like 3 weeks ago.
Fire.
He was playing like 80s rock and shit, just like screaming on the mic, playing for all these white people. It was crazy.
You know, CeeLo, wherever you at in the world right now, bro, I hope you're doing great, bro.
Yeah.
I hope you. Does he have a head tattoo?
People say he does.
Right. He be wearing hats now?
Yeah, I didn't notice it when he was DJing.
We gotta check on CeeLo more often. But yeah, I really want to see this documentary. I'll say, would you go to Freaknik?
Of course.
Yeah.
What you think my answer would be anything else?
I personally wouldn't go to Freaknik.
Why?
I'm in a committed, beautiful relationship.
Oh, but you said if you were alive in the 90s.
Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
What you mean?
You wouldn't take your girl to Freaknik?
That's asking for trouble.
How is it asking for trouble?
What is it?
It's
called Freaknik.
You have to explain
it is called Freaknik.
Yes, and you can go and enjoy that with your partner.
What does enjoying Freaknik mean? What is it? What do you think an enjoyable Freaknik experience is? Because I don't think that it is a place for healthy, committed relationships.
I think it's more than just sex.
I really don't.
It seemed like it was like music and culture too. Like the party took over the city. People were in the streets dancing.
Right.
You know
I'm sure it got raunchy like at night, but like I feel like it was probably just a huge day party.
Yeah.
You don't think you've ever been to a crazy ass party like that?
Like, okay, Miles, here's a modern example. You wouldn't take Selena to Carnival in Brazil?
That's different. That's cultural. And there's
this is cultural too.
This seems super cultural.
It's cultural as in the point like freak is in the name. Carnival, the whole culture around it is like you could dance on somebody, but there's nothing implied there. You know what I mean? There's like it is understood within that environment that this means absolutely nothing. This is just freedom, dancing, having fun. There is nothing sexual involved with Carnival. I think that Freaknik, everything implied with it is sexual and that type of situation. I ain't seen a doc yet. I have no business at Freaknik right now in my life.
You know, that's fair. I'm not gonna
Personally.
I'm not gonna argue with you like, yo, you should go. Like,
Osei will be there.
I'll be in attendance.
Catching shit.
I'll be there with my girl.
Why not? Why not? Literally, why not?
That the discussions after Freaknik were probably crazy. What if you met wifey at Freaknik?
Oh,
Meet a wifey at
man.
Freaknik. It seems like a crazy way to
Osei
start
would.
off.
I don't think that's possible.
Whoa.
You don't think you could find a wife at Freaknik?
No.
Could we do a could Freaknik exist today?
Yes.
Really?
Um,
I don't think so.
I think it could.
I think
Under the
that-
right circumstances, yes.
I
In the
think-
right place, yes.
I think the allegations, because like that's what it. You know what I mean? Like, because that is what it seems like. The documentary is gonna take that turn. I feel like probably it's gonna be an hour long. The first 30 minutes is gonna be, oh my god, so much fun, Freaknik, ass everywhere. Then it's like, sexual assault. Men are kind of creepy.
yeah.
Alcohol problems. No more Freaknik.
No more Freaknik.
No more Freaknik.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Okay, so should we go to some serious stuff?
Yeah.
Like what?
All right, niggas is losing their jobs out here, bro.
Yeah, it's clip.
It's
And-
tough.
It's over.
Yeah, it's getting aggressive. So if you guys haven't been aware, I think across all the major label systems, you know what I mean? There's the big dogs, right? So Warner, Universal, Sony, and then under them, there's all the smaller labels, obviously, that I think we're more familiar with, the Columbias, the Interscopes, that type of things of the world, right? And over 2024, maybe the back end of 2023, there's been a lot of layoffs and things like that going on across the industry. And obviously we're employees of that, working in that, but I do want to kind of take the angle of talking about how this type of shit affects artists.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean, it does suck when your peers, people like that, are losing jobs left and right. It's very discouraging. It kind of brings the vibes down. But these people that are kind of championing these artists in the building are now going away. And now you kind of have to cut and paste people with artists that maybe they don't necessarily fit with, and that affects their music. I heard Sweetie kind of come out, and I think she said that she was affected by this, that she kind of lost her momentum because people in the building lost interest in her music. You know what I mean? And what was going on with her. And I think maybe some people on her team maybe left, moved on, went to different places. Because even if there isn't layoffs, you know what I mean? People move on. It is a business at the end of the day, but that's affecting the artwork. So how have you guys kind of seen these last couple months in the industry?
I mean, I think it now more than ever, it's important for artists to build their own internal teams. I think the structure that I've seen that works the best is just like you have a person that is a day-to-day, but they're really a manager in the sense of like, just like the old sense where they are with you every day or as much as they can be, but they're on the ground moving. Then that day-to-day is backed up by a larger management team, which could come from like, you know, one of these companies that pretty much functions as a label, except they just, again, work with you more often. And the day-to-day is supported by them, and they get all the other stuff done, like maybe the brand partnerships, the like connections to other artists, all that type of stuff. And then you have a label too that is really just focused more on the recorded music side. Because I think if you rely on a label too much to do everything for you, I think that's when you see low points in your career, because at the end of the day, these are major systems that are not just focused on you. They can't be, especially if you're smaller. You don't make them any money.
Definitely.
So that's what I would say. I think it is a wake up call, but I also think the industry has been shifting in that direction for a while, toward labels being more distribution anyway. So I don't know. That's what I would do if I was an artist and if I was on the ground as an artist team. That's how I'd form my team.
Definitely. I definitely 100% agree with you. I think that management teams are becoming a lot more important. I think having one manager who does everything is going to slowly become a thing of the past, because you just need someone who could wear so many different hats, and some people's skill set doesn't necessarily lend themselves to that. You need day-to-day handling your business, but I think more and more it is becoming like prevalent that you need someone on the team that knows music and can speak to that, because you don't know when the fuck your A&R is going to be gone. And you need people on your team that can actually speak to how things sound sonically, can give you thoughts on the music, can put you with producers, writers, things like that. You can't just be totally reliant on a label system, because you might be left just waiting for shit to happen that will never happen. Or you might fuck with somebody who knows your taste and then you get put with someone who doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could go left quick. So I think that management teams are going to start to be way more important.
Can I actually speak to that for a second? I think this is probably what you need, like, in 2024 as an artist team or a management team. This is probably what you need. I would say you need a social media or digital person, somebody that can help you with the strategy on the ground and be with you day to day to do so. You need an actual day to day that can be with you outside in the club, go with you to every event that you need to hit, get you food, do whatever a day to day needs to do for you to keep you happy. Then you probably need, like you said, some kind of like A&R figure who actually understands music, understands the vision and the sound you're trying to create. And then you need a business manager or an accountant, somebody to help control the money, understand your finances, where to spend, where to not spend, and how to not overspend.
Yes.
These are probably the 4 or 5 different things you would need as part of a management team that were previously all done by a label.
And it doesn't have to be done immediately. Like, you don't have to just wake up one day and when you're building out your management team, get every single person that first day. But you should, as you progress, as you're working things out, grab one person here, grab another person when you meet the right person, and build it out slowly. But that should be the end goal for you, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely great advice. And I think the layoffs might encourage people to do that, because, you know, people that you might have signed a deal for are being laid off and now you're like left, you know, without knowing what to do. But I think it's maybe a good wake-up call for artists, because even if people aren't getting laid off, we've seen it. We've been in these buildings. People might just lose interest. Yeah. People might be going through shit in their personal life that's affecting how they do their job. And they have a roster of 10, 15 artists. So, like, you might fall down to the totem pole. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's smart for artists to never rely on labels, but to rather use them as a tool to accelerate growth and to kind of supplement things that you're already doing on your own.
100%. 100%. And also just speaking to, like, obviously focusing on artists, but focusing on the people actually in the industry. I've seen a lot of depression with people in the industry. And it's obviously a very, like, I think we all got on into this knowing it's a very high pressure job. It's a very consuming job. You're going to be working weekends, late nights, that type of thing. Just constantly understanding that your, like, value as a person does not directly relate to your job status or this perceived, like, notion of motion that we all have to have and moving around. And this is something that I personally have struggled with immensely. You know what I'm saying? Like, success has no concrete timeline.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And more than anything, you should love and be passionate about everything that you want to do. And I think when you get caught up in this kind of rat race thing, you're going to get involved in projects that you don't really care about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you're going to be reaching, or you're going to be, like, kind of trying to grab low-hanging fruit that isn't, it's not the best for you. You know what I mean? And then when you do that and you build out a roster of that, and then you find something that you really care about, now your attention is going to be divided too much. You know what I mean? So just to everyone, as you see this, and it's also just discouraging to see the homies and, like, people lose their jobs. You know what I mean? That fucks with your morale and shit like that. So,
yeah.
I mean, prayers up to anyone affected by anything going on within the industry, for real. We'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone will be fine. You will be employed. This is probably a good break if something happens to you. You know what I mean? Reset, refocus, get your perspective right. Figure out what you really want to do. Make sure that you're doing something that fills your spirit as much as it fills your pockets.
Yeah.
That type of situation. But yeah, it's getting shiesty out here, bro.
Yeah.
It's dark out here for niggas, bro.
Do you have anything else on your agenda?
The only other thing I had is I do want to talk about the
Yeah.
TikTok thing and the UMG thing, because we could even be affected by this. You see how they're offering now a subscription-based service to kind of license their music.
Super
and
smart.
Use it on all platforms.
Very smart.
Get that bag, man. Get that bag. So UMG, obviously, as you know, took all their music off TikTok. for now, allegedly. But now you can pay Universal Music, I think, a monthly fee and use their shit however you want. Look at them, bro. How we feeling about this?
Well, from a business perspective, it's genius.
Fire.
It's very, very smart. They're going to make a lot of money and also start to gather some brand recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Like a problem with labels oftentimes is that they spend all this time building these artist brands, but there's no synergy like there used to be. You know, if you think about like a Def Jam in the 90s, Interscope, like in the 2010s, you know what I mean? Like TD or like artist labels, TDE, Dreamville. People fuck with the whole label. And when you fuck with the whole label, when TDE signs someone, TDE signed someone, I'm going to listen because TDE signed them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that major labels have lost. But by making the average consumer and content creator very aware of who is on Universal label, you know what I mean? It's becoming more of like, that's a UMG artist. We all know, you know, we want to use Drake and we want to use Taylor and all this music in our shit. So, we actually know they're signed to Republic because we have to pay for it through UMG.
Yeah.
Really smart from a brand perception point of view and just obviously filling their pockets. I just need to see that this money is ending up in royalty checks.
Oh, it would never do that.
I know.
They would never.
I know.
That would be way too right.
And then it's fucked. Then it's totally fucked up.
They would never do that. Nah, yeah. I think that there's a business perspective and there's an artist facing perspective. From a business side, this is fire. You know what I mean? Game could respect game. You know what I mean? Get your money up. You know what I mean? Whoever's at the top, the rich is getting richer.
Lucian.
But yeah, the artists, I don't know if they're gonna see this bread go to them. It sucks, but that seems like the reality of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, brilliant business move. I think on the TikTok front, man, like, I think that TikTok was definitely on a high from early 2019 going into 2020. You know, they had a crazy hold on the music industry from 2020 to like early 2022. And I think now we're starting to see, because the platform is growing so big and because music is not translating over to streaming as well as it was before, I think we're starting to see the results of that, so much so that UMG feels like they can first pull out and then make this move. I think when it comes to these platforms, now you have to really focus on like artist development and what it looks like to actually build up a fan base on platform for your music. I think a lot of times artists will just hop on and expect to be able to have sounds go viral and have things move, but you have to earn your respect. Like, it's just something that you have to learn, and that then you'll be able to move your records. But I also think diversify. Obviously, Reels exist too, YouTube Shorts, whatever else. But yeah, I think this is a big wake up call for that company. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Niggas have to do their jobs.
It's gonna be a shift.
People are gonna have to do their jobs. Everyone from A&R to digital. You know, if you were discovering all your artists on TikTok, if your TikTok feed was super fire with all the artists, like, that's not gonna do it for you no more. And we've even seen that. If just because an artist is moving on TikTok now does not mean that it's gonna translate to streaming. Obviously, I think of Four Bats is kind of combating that a little bit because I think that he's someone who's birthed from that. But I mean, how do you guys see artist promotion and discovery shifting now that TikTok's kind of dying?
I think you really just got to double down on the music aspect. I think there's a lot of like stuff on platform where, and you do have to do some of it in order to build a following, but there's so much that goes on platform that isn't about the music. I think your through line for the story you're trying to tell has to be super strong. Like, you are a musician first and foremost. You're not a content creator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pray that the industry starts signing artists again and not songs. Because it seemed like this whole streaming digital kick, the industry was signing songs and sounds, when really that's why there's a lack of superstars today. Mm-hmm. It's because we got caught up on these songs without actually signing artists and developing talent. I can't say confidently that this is the direction it's going, but I pray that we go back to a place where like ticket sales for like independent artists is like maybe the number one like driver in discovery, because how else, like, what's a better metric to define an artist that people give a fuck about than somebody that can get people into fucking venues and sell tickets?
Okay, fuck with me, right? I think that you hit it exactly on the head. I think that the future of all this, the new way that we're about to get to, isn't necessarily new. It's a throwback. It is all live performance, and we see the seedlings of it right now from the block, right? I think it's blown up Four Bats. I think you see it with the Cash Cobain Fisher video, right? What it is someone performing a song, but you see a group of people behind them. You know what I mean? That's kind of been the new thing with it. And I think that with fans, with consumers, you have to lead them. So whenever someone is seeing these type of performances, it's like, oh, this is cool. The people behind them look cool. I want to be like them. I want to be a part of that. So when you see that and you're already creating that optic in a social media scrolling type of sense, it makes other people want to join that crowd, you know?
Yeah.
We go back to when A$AP Rocky and A$AP Mob did the fucking South by Southwest performance.
Yeah.
And it was fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? South by Southwest used to really mean something for these artists, not even because of their performance, but being able to visually see how the crowds of people would react to them. These young people were reacting to them. So I think, like you said, live is going to be the next thing. You're going to have to actually go out to shows as an A&R and actually assess what this room feels like. Mm-hmm. How do they sound? How do they move? Do they carry themselves like a star? Can they engage this crowd? I think that shit is going to be really, really dope. Because I think it's going to make people be better longevity artists, you know? Because then when these artists get up to stadiums, get up to Rolling Loud, they're going to put on way better performances. All of these tour circuits that kind of were losing their value are going to now have it back again. So now South by Southwest is going to have to be way more selective with who they let on that stage. Mm-hmm. Rolling Loud is going to have to be way more selective about who they let on that stage. I'm excited for it.
And no, that's a fact, because touring is where musicians make their money. It's not in streaming. And so it seems like trends follow money. So if hip hop tours are at an all-time low right now and people are buying tickets at a really low rate, it seems like, you know, the people, the Live Nations of the world, the UTAs of the world, the people that really do care about, you know, touring and have just as much money as these labels. You know what I mean? It seems like they might help shift us back in that direction.
I'm excited. I love it. I get a little giddy whenever I think about that. I haven't felt once I like started thinking of it like that, it really got me reinvigorated, because that's been my favorite part since I've started doing the job, is going out to concerts with a genre that I don't even fully understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen country, rock, pop, and it's like I may not even fully get this, but seeing how a crowd of people who came here for this artist with less than 100K Spotify followers is rocking this, like, that's fire to see, bro.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, but that's my little tangent about that. I think that's all I got.
That's fire. I want to introduce a new segment this week.
Okay.
That I think we should do every week.
Okay.
And that's just a little popcorn round of hot takes.
Okay.
You know, I think if we could bring some hot takes, maybe moving forward, we could all bring one hot take. Mm-hmm. And towards the end of the episode, we could all just, you know, give something that might be a little controversial. It might, you know, have some people looking at you funny, but you really do believe it and stand on it. Yeah. But I think we should kick it off with three apiece. Okay. And so maybe we could just go in a line. Not all three at a time, you know what I mean? But just switch off, give us some hot takes.
Okay. Osei, you want to start? I want to see an Osei hot take. I'm very excited because he's going to say something crazy.
Okay.
All right.
Jay-Z is one of the best businessmen and figures in hip-hop and the black community. But he is not the GOAT, and he is not the top rapper in the game, and he may not even be top 5.
Ooh, not top 5 is hot.
It took him a while to get to the hot part of it.
Yeah, so hot take, Jay-Z not top 5.
Jay-Z is not a top 5 rapper
all time
in hip hop.
There's the soundbite.
Currently or all time?
There's the soundbite.
Okay, you're wild. You're wild for that. Definitely top 5.
Fringe top 5. Yeah, I'm with you. I think he's probably 4 or 5 for me.
Personally, but overall, you gotta talk like speaking for like. You could let me not. You can say your shit. Do whatever you want.
I'm not mad at that take. The Hove is the easy answer. If someone asks you the best rapper to ever live, Hove is the easy answer.
You know what I mean?
It's the layup on paper.
Like universally, like you have to put Hove in your top 5. I think
you don't have to do shit.
I think universally, if you're speaking and trying to make a claim about the culture as a whole, not speaking personally. If you're speaking personally, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But if you're trying to say culturally, from a world perspective, top 3 rappers ever, you have to say Hove. But that's fine. That's fine.
He's top 5. You're wrong, but good take.
Okay. I think that over the next 3 to 5 years, the only mainstream rappers will be women.
Oh, wow. the only mainstream rappers.
Of course, not excluding the big three: Cole, Kendrick, Drake, that are already established. If you're not established right now, I think over the next 3 to 5 years, the only mainstream rappers we're gonna get that can crack through, get consistent Billboard placements, radio play will be women.
I don't agree, but that's an interesting take. I mean, I definitely think we're shifting to a more, women-ran industry, but you see, like, yourself only listening to, like, women. I think there's so many men that consume music that are going to continue to listen to male music.
Yeah, that's cap, bro.
I think that the women are obviously not. I think street rap has kind of died out, and I don't think that's getting played on the radio. I think it's getting Billboard placements. Love Babyface Ray. Love fucking, all the people that are, like, speaking to that kind of genre of music, V's, all that shit, not just Detroit, obviously, but everywhere. But I don't think it's charting the same. I don't think it's getting radio play. I think that the women have found a way to kind of cross over into that. You've seen it with Meg, Cardi B, all them. And then I think that the younger crowd of women now understands how to speak to fans like us, Anicia, Caribou. So I think that now they kind of are combining both sides of it, and the women are just going to dominate in the mainstream. Not saying that there's not going to be rappers that come up, get popularity, get fame that are men, but I think the biggest mainstream people that everyone knows, everyone's listening to, that every single person you talk to is going to bring up when we talk about rap, I think it's going to be women.
All right. I hear you. I'm going to start with 3/15/20 by Childish Gambino is the best album released in the 2020s.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
What's even like comp though? Like I'm trying to think like 2020, we have 4 years of music.
It's beating Whole Lotta Red. It's beating SOS.
Oh yeah, you're wrong off that. you're just
it's
wrong
beating
off
it's
that.
beating
Yeah.
it's beating Alfredo.
You had me until SOS.
It's beating Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It's beating Donda. It's beating Certified. It's topping Call Me If You Get Lost. The House Is Burning. All that.
Not better than Gemini Rights.
It's topping.
It's not topping Gemini
it's
Rights.
topping
You don't
Gemini
believe that?
Rights.
You don't
I do
believe that? You don't believe that?
I do believe that.
You don't believe
Gemini
that?
Rights is top 5 of the decade, but number 1 is 3/15/20 by Childish Gambino. It is also probably the best album in his discography. He hid all his best music and made it as inaccessible as possible with no album cover and no song titles. But it is the best music.
Someone's a hipster. All right, I'll say, what's your second hot take?
Second hot take. My second hot take is gatekeeping is absolutely necessary.
In life or in music?
Gatekeeping is absolutely necessary.
In life or music?
Context, please.
Gatekeeping.
Don't repeat it for a
is
third time.
absolutely necessary.
Please explain.
Period.
Please elaborate. Please elaborate on your statement.
Look, if you're throwing a party,
Right.
the Miles Hagen party,
Right. Everyone will come.
and you want that shit to be fun for you,
Yes.
are you inviting? What's that white girl's name?
Oh, we're not gonna put her.
We're
name
not
on
putting
there.
names. We are not putting names. I feel you though.
Why not? She's part of the friend group. She want to have fun.
I'm not part of my friend group.
So you're gatekeeping.
You're
Yeah.
gatekeeping. You're gatekeeping this party.
I'm not pissed at the take. I think you shouldn't gatekeep food. That sucks.
Well-
I hate a nigga who gatekeeps food.
What if it's your favorite spot and they have a bandwidth that they can serve and you're not gatekeeping, so you're telling everyone, and one of your friends is a food influencer and they're making a TikTok about it, and now everyone's at your favorite spot. The wait is now an hour and a half. The prices go up because there's higher demand. You can't eat at your favorite spot anymore.
I can still eat there. It's just more of a hassle to eat there. But I'm seeing people who I think are very important to me. If it's a mom and pop shop, if I've gotten to know them, they're getting more money than ever. That's good for them as people. If I fuck with them as human beings, this is great for them.
I
you
think
know?
I think the point that you're making is different than my point. Because for me, I'll put people on, bro. I'll I'll put people on to like food spots or whatever, or like give them like advice or tidbits, or like, yo, I do this and this is how I got here. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that for me, it's like, all right, if for whatever reason my favorite food spot, blows up
Keith Lee
and like
reviews
gets
it.
a whole bunch of business, like, I've helped those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're always probably going to look out for me because I helped them. You know
Okay,
what I'm
so
saying?
make your gatekeeping point then.
I'm saying that you can't let people in that are going to kill the party, that are going to kill the vibes, and that do not contribute to the room.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I won't offer you too much about like music. You don't want to see like.
That's the same thing as a food thing.
But do you want so you don't want to gatekeep music? You're more so talking about like events and things like that.
No,
He's talking about people.
I'm talking about like okay, maybe this kind of helps my point. Is like I think that putting people onto your favorite food spot adds value to that food spot. They're only going to get more money. They're going to do more business. Like they're going to be able to provide you more food at longer hours. I think the same thing for music. It's like, all right, if your favorite artist gets more streams, if they get a viral like video that blows them up or whatever, they're just going to get more popular, more famous, whatever. And you're going to get more music. You're going to get more content from them. I'm saying that especially in your own rooms when it comes to like forming artist teams or like doing events or like letting people into your friend group or circle or whatever.
Hiring for a company.
You have to gatekeep because the person that is able to get through the door needs to add value to the room immediately. And otherwise that shit hurts you. And I think that the problem historically has been that the gatekeepers don't know what they're talking about.
I was about to say, is it gatekeeping or curation? That's all about, but I'm not, you know, I mean, I'm not going to provide too much pushback. You know what I mean?
I like that little tip. But I wanted to give Spencer his little clip or something, but you know.
Okay. My hot take is Drake will not drop another Universal Classic album.
Whoa.
Don't think that's hot. I think that's a cold take.
It's a lukewarm one.
What?
But
in his whole career.
Yeah,
again.
no, he's on the decline for sure.
Wow. I think that's kind of hot. I think that's a little bit of a hot take. Drake on the decline?
For sure.
I think that Drake, you know, honestly, this might go to curation because I think Drake doesn't have people around him that are helping curate his actions as much as before. Like, I think he has extremely good taste. I think he needs pushback now. He needs some no men.
He has everything. There's a reason that majority of classics are one of the artist's first 3 releases. There's a reason. There's a reason that Chance the Rapper was better when he was on his 10-day suspension from high school than he is when he has all the money in the world and the keys to the city of Chicago and he loves his wife. There's something to be said for someone on the come up and a desire and like you need it. Drake don't need shit. You know what I mean? He don't need a classic. He's locked. He's good, and that is going to make it very hard for him to make another classic album.
I mean, I think that going back to our Schoolboy Q conversation, you know, I think it's your purpose and your approach has to shift when you get older.
There you go. Yeah, that's true.
It's you can't go about it the same way trying to just tap into everything that's new and cool when you're 35.
Yeah.
You got to find out what is cool to you and what complements your sound and your message the best. You know, I think curation, on both of the things that we said, the importance of curation really comes through. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to, you got to be selective with what you're doing, who you fucking with, who you're working with. But
yeah,
that's my take.
I agree with you.
Sorry, Spencer hates Drake.
No, I agree with your take. My take, we heard Jay-Z's not a top 5 rapper.
Okay.
I think, and I'm not talking personal top 5s.
Yeah.
If you're talking top 5 rappers ever, Future is on the list. Confirmed. Future is a top 5 rapper of all time.
That's not a hot take.
That's just as hot as my Drake take.
Agreed.
It needed to be said, though.
It needed to be said.
It needed
I'm
to
not
be
mad
said.
at it. And I'm not
top
mad
5
at it.
rap discography,
I'm not
top
mad
5
at it.
rapper. I'm sorry, he's besting some of these people that, you know, everyone wants to talk about as one of the greatest. If you put his discography and his influence next to Tupac's discography and Tupac's influence, Future wins.
Is he the best rapper to ever come out of Atlanta?
No. The second best.
Andre?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get off his cock.
3
bro.
stacks.
Wait, yo!
Cock, bro.
Well,
3 stacks. Should I just
you don't like?
Hey,
wait, what's
love
your
Andre
opinion?
3000. Love Andre 3000.
So why? What
Few to
kind of-
go. Few is the greatest rapper to come out of Atlanta.
Okay, let me
Did
jump.
I just steal his hot take?
Let me jump to my 3rd hot take. We'll go reverse order for the last round. Aquemini by Outkast is the most influential album in hip hop history.
Oh my God, you're reaching, bro.
It is.
You just like it a lot.
No, it's the most
Bro,
influential.
How? Walk me through it.
It really freed the genre.
Fucking nigga, I hate when niggas say shit.
It did.
What did it influence? Show me what the branches of
It was
Aquemini.
the first time that you had influences of, not influences, but actual elements
That pissed me off.
of soul.
That really made me mad.
Of
That
rock.
one made you mad?
That made me pissed
Why?
off, bro. Because
Bro.
there's no fucking, that is not branched off into any modern day new rap
Yes,
album.
it has,
What?
bro.
Tell me.
Kendrick Lamar. Jazz rap to Pimp a Butterfly?
Bro, that's
was
more so a Tribe Called Quest than Aquemini.
No, Aquemini did it.
Aquemini is a child of a Tribe Called Quest. Aquemini does not exist without a Tribe Called Quest.
No,
if you're going to give that credit to Aquemini, you have
no,
to give it to
no,
a Tribe Called
no,
Quest.
because before
Oh my
before
fucking God,
Aquemini,
bro.
you
Niggas
had
say whatever,
listen,
bro,
bro,
on
listen.
these
Before
mics.
Aquemini, you had to either be conscious or gangsta. There was no crossover. Nobody did both.
What is fucking low end theory then?
Conscious?
What were they talking about, bro? For real. It was just fly shit.
I mean,
Biggie was just fly shit. Biggie was a little gangster, but he was talking about fly shit. Nas was already out dropping shit. He was just talking fly shit. He was literally going against the gangster aesthetic, bro. Nas falls into the conscious area. Nas falls into the conscious. So
Outkast did both, and they also really brought like musicality into hip hop.
No, they didn't, bro.
Yes, they did.
That was De La Soul with fucking De La Soul is Dead and fucking A Tribe Called Quest.
Okay, well, they didn't reach the mainstream like Outkast
damn.
did.
Oh,
Outkast made it universal. Aquemini, most influential hip hop album in history.
That would piss me off.
I'm actually surprised that made you mad, Miles. 'Cause
That
I'm
one
not
got me
mad. I'm not
riled
even
up.
mad. That's not a crazy take.
Bro, no young nigga is going back. No one today is really going back and saying like this fucking changed me. This changed the trajectory of this shit, bro. Fucking Playboy Cardi shit is more influential than fucking.
Whoa.
That's
And I
crazy.
Like Outkast, bro.
That's
I really
crazy,
like
bro.
Outkast.
That's crazy. There
I
is
just
no
think it's
Kendrick
great
Lamar.
in its own.
There is no Lil Wayne without Outkast.
Dr. Dre and Snoop were more influential to Kendrick Lamar's
Wrong.
music.
Wrong.
Based off what?
Huh?
Based off what? Lil Wayne
have you
was-
listened to Pimp a Butterfly? Show me what on Pimp a Butterfly sounds like Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg.
Snoop
besides
Dogg's literally on there.
I know, but it's jazz, avant-garde, hip hop with flows.
Stop saying avant-garde.
with
You can't
flo-
just say avant-garde whenever shit gets artsy, bro.
I can't.
I don't want to hear that shit no
I
more,
can't.
bro.
It's avant-garde.
Now
No,
I'm mad.
listen, no.
Now I don't like the word no more.
Wait, what? Like actual like rapping? What Kendrick Lamar does best? Flow, wordplay. What about that is Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg? None of it.
It literally is very Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Flow and lyrically, Kendrick Lamar has. You think he has Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre in him?
Yes.
No.
He literally wrote for Dr. Dre. He wrote his shit.
So how are you saying Dr. Dre influenced his writing, bro? Dr. Dre is not a
Ice Cube-
rapper like
Ice
that,
Cube-
bro.
Ice Cube didn't fucking
That is
influence
a better
Kendrick?
example than either of the other two, but it's far more Andre 3000 than
Oh,
Ice
God.
Cube.
Gee
It is.
whiz,
It
that
is.
pissed
It
me
is.
off.
It is. Everybody knows that, bro.
I'm bored.
I'll say go to your hot take.
Also, Andre influenced Young Thug. Andre influenced MF Doom, bro. Andre,
ever. MF Doom. He
Bro,
not
I feel like
influenced MF
Spencer.
Doom.
I feel like Spencer's take is not that crazy.
Andre taught
It's
you
just
how
whack.
to taught you how to have different flows. There were only so many flows until Andre
Fuck
broke
who,
in.
bro. All right. Hey. Fuck
Andre
you.
taught you how to rap out of the pocket.
Keep going. Say yours. I gotta
Andre
pick
influenced
one.
Earl Sweatshirt.
I gotta pick one.
Andre influenced Boldy James.
Say something else. Say another thing.
Andre influenced Future.
We just talking, right? We just saying words. Say another statement.
Andre's the most influential artist ever.
All right. Andre did what?
He's
New-
definitely,
Andre 3000 for president.
New Blue Sun is the best album ever.
You know?
he's definitely above Jay-Z when it comes to rapping.
Yup.
Yo, see, y'all niggas
Yup.
just be on
When it
dick
comes to
all
rapping.
episode, bro. Like, what did Jay-Z do to you? Go.
Black people only like Jay-Z because he's the American dream.
What did Jay-Z do to you, my nigga?
Is that your two Jay-Z hot takes?
No, that was not even supposed to be a hot
Go.
take.
Okay.
Yo.
So many sound bites.
Hip hop is, I wouldn't say dying, and I wouldn't even say on the decline, but we are going to see elements of hip hop continue to permeate throughout all genres. And I believe the next biggest stars will not come from hip hop. They will come from world music.
So we're just in the freezer with these takes.
Oh, is that a cold take?
I agree with you 100%.
It's
I agree with you
moderately
100%.
cold. Yeah, I agree too.
Street rap is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Street rap is out of here. Street rap is out of here.
That shit is cooked, bro.
I agree with that.
Cooked.
We're not really doing
And it's
that.
so sad because I feel like too the part of the reason it's cooked is literally legal reasons, bro. Like people literally can't say certain things now. You can't do. I mean, not that you should be doing. You know,
But it's like, you can't shoot an op no more. I swear to God, without all sorts of problems.
You know,
without going to jail, man.
obviously that lane is a little problematic, but it's like at the end of the day too, it's sad to see people's lives being taken away because of lyrics. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
Anyway, that might have been a freezing cold take, but that was my last one.
I agree.
Would you like me to
You
talk
know what
about
I mean?
Jay-Z again?
No, it's okay.
No. Okay, mine is, I don't think it's even the hottest take either for my last one, but I think when SZA retires or when SZA's done, when her career is all wrapped up, I think she's going to be the greatest woman artist of all time. Ever.
Greatest woman artist of all time ever.
The greatest
artist of
ever.
all time?
Ever. When it's all said and done, when her career is finished, she's going to be the greatest of all time. I think that the way that she speaks to so many different types of people, the way that she has so much diversity in her music that she especially showed on SOS, you could go back into her catalog with the early shit, even with the album Z, and you can see where it all comes from. It's got the shit for the traditional hip-hop heads. There's just been such clear evolution. I think that she's on the path to just absolute greatness, domination. Everything she puts out streams incredibly.
Are we comparing like SZA to like Adele?
Yeah.
And Taylor and Beyonce.
Yep. All of them.
Yeah,
All of
Beyonce.
them.
What the fuck?
All of them. Not currently.
Listen,
She is not
Bro,
there right
no,
now.
No. Off 2 albums, bro.
She is not there right now.
Comparing her to Whitney Houston.
Yep.
Comparing her
Amy
to
Winehouse.
Yep.
No,
I'm
that
not.
is
Listen.
insane.
Yep.
Listen, I'm not mad at you, but she needs to increase the rate at which she drops music.
Did I say currently, or did I say when it's all said and done?
So because if
Yo.
she stays on the current trajectory, we're not going to get another album until 2028.
That's fine.
No, it's not. If
That's
you're gonna,
fine.
no, it's not.
How many albums does Amy Winehouse have? Since you want to mention
Amy
her?
Winehouse died, bro.
How many albums? Okay, exactly. But so that clearly does. So the amount of albums you have out doesn't matter, right? In the conversation, then,
I mean, it does.
if you're saying she's competing with her,
It does.
So wait, Miles.
Lauryn Hill's up there, and she only has one solo
Miles. Just for clarity, you are putting SZA above Beyonce when it's all said and done.
yes.
And
When
you,
it's all said and done,
and you stand on that.
yes.
I believe that is an insane, scorching, 1,000,000-degree sun take. But you know what? That's what we're here for.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
I'm
gonna get the people what they want.
I'm not
provocative.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Get the
and
people going a
wrong.
little
That is
bit.
just wrong. But anyway,
it's an interesting take.
Sorry, I understood
Your
the plot.
your girl,
My bad for being on topic.
Taylor.
that's what I was about to say. Is that Taylor Swift does way more numbers too.
Currently, yeah. Way more shit out.
I don't think SZA's
Got way
beating
more
Taylor
shit.
Swift's
But
numbers
and
ever.
now fuck with me. This is why I think it though, because based off the last album and that middle part of it, the Nobody Gets Me, the F2F, the Ghost in the Machines, SZA can speak to that audience. So she has that crossover appeal that I don't think Beyonce has necessarily displayed yet. I don't know if she's gonna that could be the third act, her Taylor Swift vibes. But I think SZA has been able to resonate with and understand literally every music consumer.
Yeah.
She has damn near hit every single genre. And I'm saying by the end of her career, she puts out 5 great albums because the last 2 are undisputed 10 out of 10s to me. You give us 2-3 more of those to that level, fuck how long it takes. You give me 4 albums that are 10 out of 10, you could compete with anybody because who else has done that?
Well, the only thing I will agree with you on is the relatability part. I think that's super important, especially because like a Beyonce, and even like if you look at Rihanna now, like I think Rihanna was always a little bit more that like girl next door thing when she was coming up. Beyonce was never that, and I think SZA definitely will continue to speak to that audience like a Taylor Swift in the same way. Because like Taylor Swift that's her whole brand. Girl next door, sad girl, relatable, popular girl in high school, but not popular. Mm-hmm. I get what you mean by that. I still think your take is crazy.
I think y'all are kind of thinking about it a little bit more.
Your take is still insane. No, your take is still insane.
Miles is kind of
Your take is still insane because she won't release music at the rate that is necessary.
Why is there a rate? She could drop music till she's 50.
She won't do it.
Why?
She won't do it.
How you know?
She won't do it.
No, Miles,
She won't do it.
I'm running through the list of.
She also can't dance.
I'm
Neither
running
can
through the
Adele.
list
That was
of
the first
other
one.
women that are in contention, and a lot of the women that I'm thinking of have 3 classic albums and that's it. You know? Maybe my favorite female artist ever, Erykah Badu.
You know,
2 classics, 2 borderlines, 5 albums total over the course of 20 years.
hey,
You might be onto something.
I can a little bit. You know what I mean? Y'all ever vibrated from an energy drink? That's kind of how I feel right now.
Yo.
No,
I'm
you
not
see what
Meek
he's
Mill
drinking?
with the vibrating panties.
Hey, yo.
I'm just saying, I gotta get up out of here and drink some more water, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Uh-huh.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yep.
Catch y'all next one, man. Peace.
Peace.